Hey there! So in Chinese medicine, we have 12 meridians. Meridians are lines of energy that flow throughout the whole body. And these meridians, in the scientific kind of standpoint, which I won't go too much into, but these meridians are believed to be connected to or associated with the fascia. The fascia is this tissue that runs all throughout the body, wraps around every muscle fiber, every bone, every organ. Fascia is everywhere. And so are the meridians. So throughout my channel here, I'll be talking about various meridians and various acupoints. If anybody has ever had acupuncture, you know that needles are inserted into very specific points that activate certain energetic networks and certain meridians. So in this video, I will be talking about the heart protector, also known as the pericardium meridian. So the heart protector, the pericardium meridian, is one of our fire element meridians. There are 5 elements of Chinese medicine, which I will also be talking about in future videos. But so it's a fire element meridian. The fire element gives us the capacity to make interpersonal connections with people. Fire is consciousness. So the pericardium, or the heart protector, acts as our buffer. It actually protects the heart. So the anatomical pericardium is an actual sac of tissue that wraps around the heart itself, the actual organ in your body. It wraps around the heart and it protects it. It holds the heart. So in Chinese medicine, the heart protector acts as a gateway to the heart. And the heart in Chinese medicine is the seat of our consciousness. It's the emperor, we call it, the queen or the king that governs all things. It governs the movement of our qi, you could say, the energy. It governs the movement of our energy. So the pericardium, the heart protector, protects that heart. So it actually acts as a buffer, an interface in our interpersonal connections. So that means, if we're having any kind of conflict or tension with anyone, the pericardium absorbs whatever kind of conflict or lack of ease might be there with any other person. It's our emotional protection. So we have points. One of these points is called the inner gate. And then on another fire channel we have on the outside of the wrist is the outer gate. So pericardium is the inner gate of the heart. It allows us to open the heart when it feels safe, when it feels right, to allow someone into our heart, to also reveal our truth. And the pericardium gives us the capacity to close the gates, to close the heart when we need to close the heart, which is a healthy function of the system. We need to close the heart when it's not healthy or when it's not safe. But when it is safe, those inner gates can open so that we can make that deeper personal connection with one another. So I want to give you just a quick treatment for the pericardium, a quick way that you can access the energy of this heart protector to help revitalize it, to bring it into better balance. So as I mentioned, you have the inner gate. That is a point on your pericardium channel. The channel itself goes from the outside of the chest. The channels run on both sides of the body bilaterally. So it comes from the outer edge of the chest up around into the very midline of the inner arm, just like that, through the center of the palm and in through the middle finger. So I'm going to just talk about this inner gate point. So if you take your hand and place your index finger just at the wrist, just about 4 fingers below your wrist there is going to be inner gate. Okay? So inner gate is used for a number of reasons. Inner gate brings balance and calm to the mind, to the heart mind, actually. This point is also really excellent at relieving nausea. It has a connection to the stomach. When you treat this point, you can give yourself acupressure treatment on it. When you treat this point, I just like to slide my finger down to that point, and you'll feel where it feels maybe tender or achy. You'll feel a heightened sensation, a resonance with that point. That's how you know that you're on it. If it feels dull or like there's nothing happening, then you might be missing the point. So to find the point, find where is the heightened sensation. So I like to just take my thumb like this and just gently start to just let my hand drop into that point. I don't need to do anything weird or funny, but if I've got my arm right in front of me, I just let my thumb find that point and then just hold and press in gently like that. You might notice your fingertips curl a little bit. That's okay. So I hold that point. I like to just take a few breaths once I find it. And this point here will help to calm and balance the mind. If there's ever any stress that you have with anyone that you're close with, it could be somebody that you're in relationship with, family member, a friend, could be a coworker that you might have conflict with, or even a perfect stranger. Whatever it is that feels like it's weighing on you in your interpersonal relationships, you can use this point to bring a little bit of relief to that. And so I usually will find a point that I'm working on and just hold it gently for a few breaths, and really for as long as it feels like you need to, until you feel like you've achieved the desired result. Then you can slide all the way down to the center of the palm, where you'll find another pericardium point. This one is called Palace of Anxiety, and you can guess what it's used for, right? So we use it to relieve anxiety. And the way that you find it is that you can curl your fingertips in, and where your middle finger lands in the center of your palm, that's going to be exactly where you press, okay? Just in the very center of the palm. Now I'll usually find that point and just hold it towards my heart. If we ever feel anxious or worried or stressed out about anything, we might notice that our palms will start to sweat. And that's a good signal that we can start giving ourselves a little bit of self-Shiatsu or self-acupressure here by just gently holding and massaging into that point in the center of the palm. You could do this on both sides. So, in Chinese medicine, the body is an expression of the mind, and the mind manifests in the body. So what that means is anything that's going on in your mind affects the body and vice versa. So your pericardium meridian here that we're treating has a psychological and spiritual component to it. Something that you can remind yourself when treating these points and giving yourself a little bit of self-acupressure is to remember that you're safe, you're loved, that relationships are safe, and that it's safe to trust. Also, an important thing to know when it's important to close the heart or when relationships are not safe. So that takes a little bit of discernment. But you'll know. Always just trust your intuition. So the last point I want to share with you is in the center of the chest. This is another pericardium point. It's one of our primary access points for the heart protector. So just right in the center of the sternum, in the breastbone, you'll find a little notch, and you can kind of graze your fingers up or down to find a little notch just in the very center of the sternum. And when you find that notch, you can just let your middle finger here gently press into that point. And I like to do a very gentle angle upwards, or you can even just do small circles around this point. And same thing, I like to really just take my time, breathe, and feel into the body, into this point. How does it feel for you when you contact this point? And again, you can take a few deep breaths into your belly, feeling everything soften, and just taking a few moments to let any of the stress or any of the tension or pain or worry, whatever it is, just allowing that to melt away. And with all of the fire meridians, just like this heart protector, I like to take a moment to remember my joy. What brings me joy? What feels really good? What illuminates me? So at different times, you might have different ways of connecting to these points. Each moment calls for its own unique medicine, and these points can be really useful medicine for you for whatever you need. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Thank you.